Hello people, here is my post-plant lineup guide for Fracture. So anyways, let's go straight into it. Let's start off here on A site. But before you even think to do your post-plant lineup, please put your Poison Orb on the spike. Yeah, the Viper nerf hits different. Anyways, so what you want to do is you want to go right over here onto this corner. This corner is right next to this rope. It's pretty obvious, you know. Anyways, if you're gonna look up, you're gonna see that there's these gaps on that roof over there. You want to pay attention to the bottom area. Now at the bottom, you're gonna notice that there's this gap that is right next to this other gap that has like a slash. It's pretty obvious when I specify it with my crosshair. Anyways, I want you to pay attention to the bottom right corner of it. That's gonna be your reference point. Now you're going to take out your snake bite and I want you to place the top left tip of your snake bite ability bar thingy right there on that corner reference point thing that I specified. Once that's done, you're going to fire up your molly and your molly will land right over there, and yes, it will still cover the spike. Now the spot for the next lineup isn't exactly really good because it's all the way over here on satellite, plus you need to jump the boxes to get here and that will leave you very exposed for quite some time, allowing the enemies to shoot you. But anyways, here it is. You're going to go right over here to this crack right over here. From here, you're going to look into sight and you're going to notice that there's that black bar at the edge of that building right over there. I'm specifying it with my crosshair once again to make it very obvious for you guys. You're going to place your crosshair right there at the very middle of it. Just like that. Once that's done, just fire up the molly. It's going to take a bounce off that wall and land right there perfectly on the spike. Perfection right there. Now for those of you throwerists who want to throw your game, here's a lineup for you. So you want to go right over here into spawn. There's gonna be this corner behind these boxes over here. You're gonna stand against it just like that. Now from here, you're going to look over there on that sign that says Omega Sector, and I want you to pay attention to the letter S. Specifically the bottom part, because that's gonna be your reference point. Now you're going to take out your molly and I want you to place the top left tip of your snake bite ability right there on the reference point. Once that's done, you don't need to jump or anything, just fire up the molly and just like that, it's gonna land right there next to the box where the spike is, and yes, it does damage the players as you can clearly see right over here. This is assuming that you plant the spike on like the orange side of the default plant and not the wall side, you know? Oh yeah, I'd also want to say don't use that last lineup in competitive games because, you know, it tilts your teammates, and I mean, I'd enjoy it that you used my lineup, but if you miss that lineup or they defuse the spike, I'm gonna be really angry, and that team chat is not gonna look pretty. That's a joke, by the way. I'm probably too shy to, you know, type in chat. Anyways, moving on to our next plant spot for A site, we have the one right here on Heaven. So 3 spots that we're gonna use for this plant would be the exact same 3 spots that we used for the first plant spot. Yes. Anyway, starting it off from this corner over here next to the rope, what you want to do is you want to look up and you're gonna notice those holes that I mentioned earlier. This time, notice this biggest square hole right over there that I'm tracing. You see that corner where my crosshair is? That is your reference point. Now, take out your molly and I want you to place that dot right above your mouse icon, right above your snake bite ability, right there on that reference point. Once that's done, no need to jump, no need to crouch, fire up your molly. Now the lineup covers most of Heaven, so the spike diffuser can't exactly escape. Man, this internet speed is really starting to look like a graph from like the stock market or something. Anyways, for the next lineup, what you want to do is you want to go right over there to that dish that was mentioned earlier. You know, that dish, yes, very obvious. Now you're gonna go to that exact same crack on that wall. Now for the last lineup, I wanted you to aim right there at the middle of that black line thingy. This time you want to aim on top of it. Just aim anywhere on top of it. Preferably on the corner of that building, but anywhere on top of it should be fine. Take out your molly, fire it up, it's gonna bounce off the wall and land right there in Heaven, covers most of it, the spike diffuser can't get away. Nerdy lineup success. Now for those throwerists who are able to lock Viper faster than me for some reason, you want to go right over here into spawn again and go to the exact same corner. Now from this corner, you want to look up and there's gonna be that thing, I don't know what to call that. There's that corner between that thing and that roof of that building. That corner will be your reference point. Now you're going to take out your molly and I want you to place that white dot on top of your mouse icon, which is above your snake bite ability, right there on that reference point, that corner. This time I want you to do a jumping throw. Make sure to jump and throw at the same time or else the lineup will miss and I will definitely rage at you in the chat. I probably won't because I'm too shy to do that. The lineup lands right there on Heaven. Now that the A site is done, let's move on to the first default plant for B site. If you're able to plant here, you want to go right over here and hold post plant from over here, I guess. Shoot the enemy's heads. But if your aim is as bad as mine, well, you always have the post plant lineup to back you up. So you want to go right over here onto this corner. Oh yeah, and practice this lineup in custom first because it's not really that easy. You're gonna go right over here onto this corner. You're going to look up and you're gonna notice that there's these leaves over there, these small leaves. You want to pay attention to the biggest of the small leaves. Now you're gonna trace that all the way back to its roots over there. Take out your molly and just fire it up. This is why I told you to practice it in custom. You didn't practice it in custom, did you? That's why you missed it in the game. Anyways, it lands right there on the spike. Now this next lineup isn't exactly mine, but I saw this on the internet somewhere on YouTube. I don't know who it's from. Credits to whoever it is. Yes, you know. Anyways, you want to play support for your team. You want to shoot at anyone who tries to enter site from arcade. And if ever your team dies trying to hold the site because you probably baited them out, you want to go right over here, right here. Just align yourself with the wall like that. You're gonna look up and you're gonna notice that there are these leaves. Now in these leaves, you're gonna go to the bottom rightmost pile of leaves. Now you want to place your crosshair where the tip of that leaf and the tip of the biggest leaf align right over there. Once you have that aligned, please practice this in custom first again. Fire up your molly after you take it out, of course, and it's gonna land right there on the spike. Now, the throwerist lineup once again. What you want to do is you want to go all the way over here into attacker side spawn. You want to go to the exact same corner. This is now going to be called the throwerist corner. And there's going to be that tree right over there, right? You're going to look at the tip of that tree and see where it aligns with this box that is right in front of you. That spot on the box will be your reference point. You're going to take out your molly and I want you to place the top right tip of your toxin bar ability thing right there on that tip. Fire up your molly, you don't need to jump, it's gonna land right there on the spike. Oh yeah, and don't forget to turn on your poison orb because, you know, it can't kill enemies anymore. I probably should have said that at the start of the video, but... Riot, please rebuff Viper. Now moving on to our next plant spot, the spike will be planted right over there. You can't exactly hold it from this area, so if you're in this area, I'd assume you're gonna do your post-plant lineup. Now there's gonna be that line on that wall by that corner earlier. You're gonna stand against this line. Now from this line, you're gonna notice that there's this window right over here. That bottom right corner of that window is gonna be your reference point. Easy enough, easy enough. You're gonna take out your molly and I want you to place your mouse icon, which is above your snake bite ability, right there on that corner. Once that's done, you need to practice this first again, do a running throw. And bada bing bada boom, after a bounce, it lands right there on the spike. So this next lineup I actually got from YouTube. Wait, let me actually search up who I got it from. I got it from Lineups Guide on YouTube. Thank you, Lineups Guide from YouTube. Anyways, you're gonna go right over here onto this corner by this monitor thing. I think that's a monitor. It's got flashing things on it. From here, you're gonna look over there and your reference point will be the middle of that window thing. You're gonna take out the molly and you're gonna place that circle above your mouse ability icon above your snake bite ability right there. Once that's done, fire it up. It's gonna take a bounce off the wall and land right there on the spike. And yes, there's that corner over there and you do get damaged over here, yes. And lastly, for the throwerist community, here you go. Don't do this in my games. I will absolutely flame you in the chat, but I'm presenting you the lineup anyways. You're gonna go right over here on the other attacker side spawn, right over there onto that corner. From this corner, there's gonna be these two orange thingies right over there. I don't know what they're called. Riot, what are they called? Anyways, they're gonna pay attention to the top right tip of the one on the left, right there. That's gonna be your reference point. You're gonna take out your molly and I want you to place the top left tip of your snake bite ability bar thingy right there on that corner that I'm specifying. Once that's done, do a jumping throw, jump and throw at the same time once again, and it's gonna land right there on the spike. Why do I give you guys these lineups to throw your games? Well, that question may never be answered, but anyways, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. We are currently at 410 subscribers and I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Oh yeah, and comment down below anything you'd want me to improve on, the way I do my videos, my editing, anything about that stuff. Also, what map I should do next, put that all in the comments. And for those of you who end up using my throwerist lineups, please don't use them in competitive, that's about it. And if you have made it this far into my outro, I would like to say that I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Comment throwerist so I would know that you made it here. Anyways, that's about it, and yeah, bye-bye.